we're being asked to meet in the middle. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, it's Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly angelic message for the week beginning August 20th, 2018. As always, we're just going to get right into it. All right, it says a fortuitous time. Oh, hey, I'll take it. I bet you will too. A fortuitous time, a melding of understandings. This is very beautiful and promising. These are the times to work to the center of what fuels the ailments you encounter. For all your social ills come from your common pain. Will you see this now? Many will retreat in quiet reflection, contemplating how you have behaved and what you have resisted in others. And they go on to say, what you see in another is also in you. For you all come from the same source. So there's this idea here of this might be the week of awakening a little bit more. Not that you're not already awake, but you might have this self-realization, right? Again, they're talking about peaceful retreating, spending some time on your own, things that might spark you, especially culturally speaking, societally speaking. You're going to have some new insight into that. And I think there's going to be a lot of room for some compassion to grow. Some of you are going to have to check yourselves. Okay, like there might be something that you've always, like a conditioned thinking pattern or something that is now going to break. The idea here is that we're not constantly at one another, and we realize that everyone is reacting from a pain standpoint in one way or another. That's part of the human experience. Now, I do feel a shift in that. They are showing me that people are going to start looking at their pain a little bit more. This is the next phase. Now, is that something that only happens in this coming week? Of course not. That is something that we're going to have to work on for a while. But instead of looking at somebody and putting a label on them or saying, and I'm guilty of this myself, I was just using this example with someone else, if a man mistreats me, I know somewhere in my head I'm like, misogynist, or whatever. And I got to check myself. I got to go, okay, maybe not. Maybe he's just having a bad day. Maybe I'm just having a bad day. Maybe it's the lens that I am seeing the situation through. So there's a lot of this, it does feel like sort of a fog gets lifted. And this is very promising because you're going to look around, you're going to see your own behavior, you're going to see the behavior in others. Again, there's this feeling of compassion being sparked and going, okay, I don't like what you do on the surface, but at least I see why. At least I see where the connection is. And you know what? I've had similar things happen in my life that have made me react in a negative way. Okay, so it's kind of nice. It's the beginning of it though. Let's just, be very specific about that. Camaraderie, making peace with enemies. There can be better times ahead, and you are prepared for this openness. So it's time. It's time to start understanding this. Give room for God and let God light the way. Wait, what? Let God light for way. That's actually what it says. For way. I may have just written that down wrong. I think it's like God light the way. For this is the return. It is expressed through you. Allow space. Watch your egos. Keep still in observance, and there you will see all the breaking. It is the light. With all love, your angels. So this turning energy, us returning to God, or however you want to take that, interpret it for yourself as you will. But this returning to, as we talk about our authentic selves, our light selves, don't expect, I know there's like a big concept in the community to our bodies are going to dissolve and we're going to be in our light bodies, and our Merkabas are going to carry us on, or whatever angle you're coming from. This isn't what we're talking about. I do feel like there's this whole element that no one has picked up on yet, that it's right in our face, and it's so simple and it's so beautiful, and we have yet to recognize it. I do feel in the coming weeks, or just starting in the next few weeks, we're going to start changing, as I said, changing our lens so that we can get more in focus about, okay, I understand this a little bit better. Okay, I'm not that different than anybody else. And I want to make this clear too. This is kind of hard to even talk about, because the feeling that I have with this is that it doesn't make a nice, neat little story. It's not something that can just be put in a box. Does that make sense? I know everyone wants to put meaning onto everything, but this is brand new territory. It's brand new territory from the third dimensional ego consciousness standpoint. It's something incredibly familiar to your soul, but there needs to be kind of a reconciling of the two. So watch as things start to break open. I'm sorry to say that some of you are going to realize that some of your longest held beliefs, some of the things that you have held on to with all your might, is going to have to be laid down now, because you're going to see that's not the way. And that's not to diminish anybody's belief systems, like with religion. I'm not trying, trust me, I'm not trying to go there, right? I'm just saying there might be some spiritual concepts, for example, that you always really believed in, and you're starting to see the truth behind it. If that should occur, please do not beat yourselves up. I think we're all going to be in that place of like, oh, it's not like that? I thought it was. Okay. We're here to learn, and we certainly are not expected to know the mind of God. So things are going to be becoming more and more apparent, but we need to be patient. If you're going to purely be in your ego and you're not going to even attempt to learn, if you're not even going to attempt to heal your traumas, if you're not going to attempt to open your spirituality, or you just want to hang on to just give me the surface level, just dazzle me, just, be a parlor trick, be a circus act. If you're not taking this video seriously, I guess is what I'm saying. I wish you the best, and I don't know what else to say for you. People who go down that road, and I'm saying this because there are people watching who will go down that road. You're taking the path of difficulty, okay? It's a path of pain, of feeling stuck, of feeling like, this is just how life is. It's never going to get better. And here's the beautiful news that I feel like I'm very honored to be able to pass along to you. Life is not what it seems. That pain, as we say, a lot of times it's an illusion, but we are living it. And, at least for this story, it feels very real. But I think we are getting closer and closer to the time, again, where there's this lifting of a veil, of a fog, however you want to see that. It's lifting up, and now we're getting a clearer perspective. And I think we're really, really, really going to love what we see, if you allow it. I always have to say that. All right, so let's get on to the cards. All right, so as always, the decks that I'm using, that information is left down below. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, just go to my website at angelsouls444.com, the services page, Gumroad. I have courses, I have meditations. Some of the meditations, not all of them, but some of them are available for free. I think it's the morning one and the evening one, and lifting the veil. Those are available on my channel, okay, for free. But I do offer them on Gumroad in case you want to download them. Then I think it's a couple bucks, something like that. Okay, so head on over there, gumroad.com/angelsouls. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, I love that so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are so amazing, and I really appreciate all your love and support. But if you want to help me out there, that's at patreon.com/angelsouls. All right, cool. So let's get going. I'm just going to tune in here and see what's up. Oh, before I even get there, happy birthday to my grandfather, and his birthday's on the 22nd, and a very happy birthday to my mother. Her birthday's on the 27th, so we'll add it into this week's video. Happy birthday, Grandpa. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you so much, and thank you so much for everything. I very much appreciate you. All right, now let's get on to the cards. I'm closing my eyes, and let me lift up the deck here. I can feel the deck sticking and the cards are sort of clumping together. What that makes me feel like I want to pass along is that we're going to be so stuck in that pattern of pain that when there's some hope that it can be released, we might want to hang on to it. So don't allow yourselves to get stuck. Okay, it's easy to do that. And as I say that, please know I'm right there with you. I get stuck on everything. I get stuck on a lot of stuff too. I get stuck in pain and fear and all of that. So we'll have to see. And of course, always go over to my Facebook page. We have a good support system there, and on Instagram as well. Okay, so that first card that popped out a little bit, it's Pyromorphite Patience. So they're making it very clear that these changes that are coming, they're not immediate. They're not immediate. Enjoy the process. Enjoy that journey. And they're saying you deserve to enjoy that journey. There you go. Empowerment, Sunstone. Reclaiming ourselves, getting back to what and who we really are. They're showing me what happens in this coming week. Obviously, we're getting close to September because it flows us into the energy of September. And wherever you are, like if you're in the Northern Hemisphere here, we're getting, after September 21st, we're getting into fall, and we start to see these kind of fall colors, you see? And let's see what else comes up here. But they're saying there's it carries over that energy. So something that you begin this week, so on an individual level, could carry you on over. There could be some opportunities coming up. And this feels like someone noticing, and someone approaches you perhaps. Again, the only way to figure out what that means for you as an individual is to get a personal reading. But if you don't want to get a personal reading, or whatever, maybe that pertains to you. I want to back up really quick too. There's something I forgot to say. I do have the September, speaking of September, I have the September 2018 readings for the various signs over at Gumroad, if you want to check that out. All right. So then we have Pneumite Healer. We're healing each other, and we're healing as a collective. And the part of this healing, what breaks that open, is stop being after each other. I was just joking with some people, some lovely people that I get to meet today. Hi guys, you know who you are. And we were talking about being on the internet, and how you really gotta kind of get put under the microscope, and how you get criticized, and all that. And this is saying we got to ease up on that in every aspect of our lives. That way we can be a very present healer. And actually they just said that, be the present healer. Okay, meaning you're being present with yourself and being present with others. Here we go. This is it. Yay! I love this card. It's Selenite. Can you see it? Selenite Spiritual Awakening. But let me just kind of recap with all the other cards here. Here's the first one that came out. So we talked about this a little bit, about patience, knowing that it's going to take a little time for us to turn this ship. Now, some of you are going to be sitting there going, yeah, you've been saying that for how many years now? I know. I'm still waiting too. I don't know what you want. And I totally get that. I totally get that, some impatience might play into this. But I really, really, really want you guys to be aware. Find a way to balance your day-to-day life with these grander, if I can use that word, these grander soul shifts that are happening, okay? And I noticed that a lot of people are getting really hung up on what's my career, what's my identity, what can I be called, how, and really some people, what they're asking is, how can I be the most successful? What can I do to make a name for myself in this world, to leave a legacy, to be something special? I can't say it enough. You are already special. Okay, everyone is, which I guess kind of then makes it less special, but whatever. Okay, we all have these beautiful things that we have to offer. Okay, and you'll notice a lot of people will use spiritual, they call them gifts and everything. And the way people, not always, not across the board, but a lot of people will use that term or try to understand, like, what gifts do I have? And they're really asking, how am I special? How has God seen me? Was God paying attention when I was created? What was I equipped with? And I think that's a fair question, but that question usually comes with a lot of pain. And it does come with this idea of doubt, right? Again, was God really focusing? Am I just a filler human being? Let me tell you, there is no such thing. Okay, there's no such thing as a filler human being. And I know our society has taught us that there are some people who are just super talented and they're just super this, that, and the other, blah, 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 whatever. But you're just as important if you aren't a celebrity, okay? You're just as important if you don't have $1 billion, okay? You hear me? Okay. So then we have Sunstone Empowerment. I want to offer this. The feeling behind this is the empowerment, not this like puffing out your chest and flexing, because people really will hear that word and think that that's what that means. Or empowerment. Empowerment means getting back at your enemies, or empowerment means, you know, I'm rising up. It's none of that. I cannot tell you guys enough. I feel like there's this beautiful time coming that we never could have imagined, that we never could have, I don't know. We never could have seen it in such great force. And if this happens in the next week, yay, we're there. I don't know that that's going to happen though. But please be careful. Your empowerment comes from, you know, it's all that stuff we were already talking about. Remember, God made you with a purpose. If you're like, but what is it? I have to label it. Ease up. Ease up. Go to the beach. For real. Put your feet in the sand. Feel the salt water on your skin. Man, I want to go to an ocean. I don't have one here. I'm in Colorado. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll catch a flight to California or something. I don't know. Get to the water. But yeah, the empowerment is remembering, as cliche as this may seem, remembering your soul. I know that might land flatly because that's become, you know, something that people say all the time. But in this week, it should make more and more sense. So our empowerment, one last thing on that is that, you know, when we start connecting to other human beings, we're not jumping to conclusions about what they were intending. This is where we get into this next card, the New Might Healer. Goes with this empowerment. We're empowered because we know we're not alone. We're empowered because we know we always have each other, and maybe we thought we didn't, because in a way, there's layers to this. It's too much to get into here, but we have been sort of conditioned to be defensive with one another, to see each other as a problem, to see each other as being in the way. You know, and it plays out in the simplest ways. We were talking either last week or the week before about people speeding on the road because they're just trying to prove, A, that they're fearless, B, that they're important, C, that they've got somewhere to go, that someone is just dying to, you know, see them, or I don't know what they're thinking, but like they've got something to prove. And that's stretching their energy in the opposite way that they need to be. And I pray they make it back to where they got to go. But the New Might Healer, remember, this is about being the present healer, okay? Being present for yourself, being present for others. This, I want to make this distinction. This does not mean that anybody can just come up and, you know, just dump all their problems on you and you're supposed to figure everything out for them. No, 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 no. When you feel, how do I say this? When you feel yourself getting pulled in too many different directions. I've experienced this myself, and this is something that a lot of traditions has spoken about. Number one, follow your inspiration. But two, just take a moment. Enjoy what's right in front of you. I am the queen of trying to multitask, and this is like literally, I end up short-circuiting so much that I almost, like, I'll have like a Frankenstein of a word come out of my mouth, you know, and I'm like, okay, I need to slow down. Like literally, that's how quickly thoughts are overlapping. And I'll be doing one thing and planning 20 steps ahead. I got to work on that, right? So enjoy what's in front of you right now. So if you're doing the dishes and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, I got to hurry up and wash these dishes because I have this report to write and I got to do this for my boss and blah, 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 blah. Just take a breath and go, I'm just washing this dish. Look at the pretty pattern. Feel the soap on your hands. I don't know. Try to find enjoyment in whatever you're doing, whether you're doing dishes, scrubbing a toilet, you know, changing a diaper. I don't know. Just try to find some way to have gratitude. You know, hey, I'm going to have a clean home. Hey, I have a home. Hey, I have a beautiful child. You know, I've been blessed. So these are the things that we're being asked to remember now. Okay. So then we have selenite, spiritual awakening. So this is the next breaking. Okay. So think of this as a break in the clouds, the light coming through, the realization. This is incredibly special. So if you guys have a piece of selenite, Do not put selenite in water. It will dissolve. But if you have a piece of this, work with it this week. Do I have a piece nearby? Not within reach. Okay, never mind. I do have it all over my home. And another little tip with this, I actually buy big slabs of selenite and I place it all over my home. You know, I'm an angel medium. That's what we do, right? We have these things that help us communicate with the other side. But this spiritual awakening, I know we want to put great meaning on it, and it is incredibly meaningful. However, we need, I mean, really it's a message about laying down that ego, laying down this need to put pressure on things, laying down this need to pack it in a box, slap a label on it, and then never look at it again. There's this grand expansiveness, okay? I want to use that word grand. So let's just be aware of that again with patience, you know, stay grounded, you know, all the stuff you've always known, and watch, you know, another little gift, an opportunity, a realization, something that helps you remember, like truly remember what you really are. You ever have those moments where it's just love beyond your, you know, greatest imagination? That's your soul coming through. That's the part that's of God. So let it come on through, make room. I'm so out of it. I literally almost forgot the color card. Whatever. Okay, so now we're going to get into the color card. Let's see what else we have for this week. Oh, she flopped right out. Yellow is the card. It is Purify Your Body. The number is 22. So 22 being balanced, working with Sandalphon to be grounded and balanced. And to find, we were talking about finding the light again. You know, this reminds, what's on here? What is this? It's a flower of some sort, which is beautiful. But it reminds me of like sunshine, you know, being restored. Purify your body. And a lot of times people will take that as, oh, I need to purify my body from junk food. And yeah, it can mean that. Of course it could. But I think this means purify your body of the pain. We keep talking about that. Purify your body from the pain. Get aware of what you've experienced, okay? And work through it. And of course, as always, you guys know that I am not a therapist. I am not a mental health care practitioner. You need to get with somebody if that is, you know, where you're heading, if you need more support in that way. There's no shame in getting therapy. And while we're on that message, if you get a therapist that is not good, leave. I have had therapists who should not be practicing, who actually cause way more harm than good. Don't allow yourself to go through that, okay? Demand proper care, okay? So this Purify Your Body, this is us. It's just that. It's like a new beginning. It's like a stepping out of an old conditioning. It's stepping away from all these things. You're going to have a restart, okay? And that's how I want to put it. All right, so there we go. We're going to leave it there. I'm sending you guys so much love and take care.